Everybody's got an opinion. Every Californian and Virginian. It's so hard to tell who to trust and who to ignore. Someone's gotta settle the score. Trey and Chelsey will help you choose whose views win, which ones lose. Online haters are coming for you. Baby, it's time to review the review.
Hello.
Well, hello and welcome to Review That Review. We are the podcast that is dedicated to reviewing
Reviews.
That is Chelsey Dawn.
And that is Trey Gerald.
And together we are
The Review Queens.
and we throw pins.
I just threw a pen in myself.
But first, you pin throwing diva, is there anything that you would like to
Lodge a complaint.
about today?
Oh my God, Trey. There totally is. It's not throwing pens at myself, though, you know, it happens. Okay, so recently I got an Amazon package in the mail. I was ordering the tape for a P-Touch. Just moved. Guys, what do we think of this new studio behind me? This is like the new look. This is where I am. I just moved. It was great. I bought some tape because I'm trying to be organized in my new home.
It's like a label maker.
Label maker.
Yeah, okay.
I was so excited for it to arrive. I had all these plans ready and everything laid out on the dining room table. Like, we're going to organize. It's going to be a great deal. Package comes in the mail. I'm so excited. I'm like, yes, let's do it. Let's organize. I'm in the mood, okay?
The wrong size.
I get the package. I have a photo of it. I don't want to ruin it, but it's very bulky. It's large. It's like, it feels like a small pillow, okay? And I'm like, this seems like a lot of work. Like, did they like really bubble wrap this P-Touch tape? Like, this just doesn't seem like the appropriate packaging, but I'm still not giving up hope because I have an intention here, okay? And so I go, and first I look at the outside of the envelope, and it's my label with my address covering another label. So I can literally, I'm like starting to see the evidence. Like, I don't think this is my package. Like, I think this is this other person's package, okay? And so I open it up, and it's like 5 pounds of hair weave. Okay.
What color?
Black.
Okay.
And it's like this humongous bundle of hair weave. And I like called them to deal with it. Like, obviously, first I had to deal with the upset of like, what? How did this happen? And then I called Amazon and I was on customer service and I was like, listen, I'm really upset about this for multiple reasons. And that is, one, I had an intention for the day and that intention has been wasted. And two, this other person deserves to get their weave.
Right.
Like, what is happening? And it was just very upsetting. And then they made me like return it. And then they did like overnight the P-Touch tape. I know. And I got it like, you know, a day later and it was fine. Whatever. It delayed the project. But what about this other person's weave? Don't they deserve it?
You know, I hear this complaint because anytime it comes to organizing, it requires so much of your full mind, body, and spirit. And it really is carving out an entire day of his day's worth of intention.
Yeah, and it was like,
it
was like the day too, you know? It like delayed me a full week. And so that you guys can see that there were 2 labels that clearly this other person didn't get what they ordered either.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
They must have like made the package and then somehow your sticker got on top of theirs.
Somehow.
Which makes no sense.
Like, I guess if it was like on an assembly line, like, I don't know, maybe it just like got stuck in the machine and it scanned twice, but then it would really start a chain reaction. I don't know, Trey. It's pretty crazy. I'm sorry to the person that was supposed to receive this. We're going to obviously block out your name and address. from this video, but I hope that you did get what you ordered. I hope you called Amazon and you got what you wanted, because, you know, we had a real flub here, Amazon.
I feel like this person, they probably didn't get anything. Because, like, their label was under your, like, this is the package.
Right.
They just put your label on
Like,
their
I don't know
package.
if they got the P-Touch tape. Maybe they did. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm very confused by
It's
that.
very confusing. It's all a saga. Maybe one day I'll end up running into this person in LA. And I'll be like, oh my God. So funny. Anyway, that's my complaint. It's a real-time complaint. It was a first for me to receive a wrong product like that, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever received I don't think I've gotten a wrong item before. Now that you said, that's so weird.
Right? I mean, I think I've maybe someone's stolen a package. Like, I've gone out to get a package and it's not there. Or maybe they dropped it at the wrong address and I've had to call and be like, I actually didn't get it. But this was the first.
Well, I hear the complaint.
Yeah.
Definitely lodged.
Thankfully,
you don't need that weave, and
I don't
it can
need
go
the
back to its
weave.
rightful owner.
Although maybe I should have taken the hint. I don't know.
Could have Sasha Colby'd it.
That's right. Could have. All right,
Well,
Trey.
Chelsey, are you ready to go head to head?
I am. Well, I'm ready to go weave to weave. Diva.
Weave to weave. But before we do, hey, you right now that's watching and listening, if you haven't, will you take a moment, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, drop a comment below to let us know what made you laugh, gasp, or cringe the most.
We love hearing your thoughts. Truthfully, it's such a joy every time I get one of those little dings and I see a little comment from you guys. It really makes my entire day. It's totally free. It keeps the reviews coming. So go ahead, take a moment, leave a comment.
All right. Well, should we do it?
Let's do it.
Assess that kvetch.
Today is another Versus episode, which means we are going to be covering both a 1-star and a 5-star on the same topic.
That's right. For this Versus episode, Trey has selected the 5-star and I have selected the 1-star. So to determine who reads first, we gotta flip that quarter. There's the quarter.
All right. You want to pick?
Okay, sure. Heads.
Heads.
Oh my goodness. All right, I guess I did it again.
But that means I have to say all this. Okay.
Okay. Unless you want me to say it.
No, it's good.
Okay, so at what point do I give Taylor credit? Just let me know.
When we get to your review.
Okay.
All right. So Chelsey picked heads and heads it is. So everyone get ready. Today, we are venturing deep into the world of speed dating, specifically focusing on the review section of Yelp for NY Minute Dating.
Woo.
At the time of this recording, NY Minute Dating has 66 reviews on Yelp with an overall score of 3.5. So
that's right there in the middle.
Right there.
Go either way.
According to the From the Business section on Yelp, this is fully copy pasted. So enjoy the ride.
Okay.
New York Minute Dating was established in 2007. Okay, I put that in that order. So that isn't copy pasted. Now I'm sure you'll see the graphics. Now this is all copy pasted. They specialize in speed dating events and singles parties for busy New York professionals. So if you're not a professional, you cannot come.
And if you're not busy, you cannot come.
And if you live in New Jersey, you're uninvited. Events include categories such as speed dating for single professionals, ethnic events such as Indians singles speed dating, Asian singles speed dating, Latino singles speed dating, African American singles speed dating. And we also do other categories as cougars and cubs speed dating, parentheses, for older women and younger men, sugar daddy speed dating, parentheses, for affluent men.
Oh my God.
Women, and events for fit singles, artistic singles, and more. Along with speed dating, our singles parties are a lot of fun. We do singles parties for all major occasions such as New Year's, 4th of July, Memorial Day weekend, etc. And in the summer, we have singles boat cruises around Manhattan. So with all of that background and
Oh my God, this company.
and review that review.
Review that review.
Wow, Trey, that's quite a company. That's quite a bio. I think they wanted to hit all the speed dating buzzwords, SEO or something like that.
I think.
Interesting. Okay. I just want to take a quick moment to give a shout out to Taylor Loeb, my acting coach, because she's the one that gave us the idea to do speed dating for this Versus episode. Great idea, Taylor. Thanks so much, Tay, and you're the best. And I'm going to read the 1-star review today for this company, New York Minute, speed dating. Here we go. This review, obviously is 1 star. It was written by Chris C. Not to be confused with Chrissy. Chris C. Okay, here we go. Trust me when I say scam! Stay away! This is a scam. I have been meaning to report them to the Better Business Bureau.
Wow.
There are a number of reasons why. This is not worth time and money. Reason 1. The dates. The night I attended were mostly stand-in actors.
What?
I was curious and Googled a few folks after. 2 people were married, stand-ins. One seemed to work for the company. 2 were the odd, awkward repeats who were gifted a free pass. And 2 admitted they were asked to come and were not even interested. One of these guys said, I was asked to be here, so if I get a one-night stand out of this, I'd be happy.
Oh my God.
What type of service is this? Semicolon / refund, please. Reason 2. I participated with a group of 5 beautiful, educated women. Each of us received 1 to 4 matches each. Not one person followed up with us via phone or email. Such a coincidence, right? Well, we also sent emails to our matches and nothing. It just reeks of shadiness. Just seems odd that not one person followed up. It only confirmed the shady business, actors, and stand-in. Reason 3. The company does not have any integrity. The bartender blew their cover and shared some information about this business following the event. She was sweet, nice, and did not mean any harm.
Oh.
We started asking more questions, and there were red flags everywhere. Short answer equals shady. Also, there are some bad reviews that talk about Danny. I have previously read, and yes, Danny was still working for the company and also participating as a speed dater. Reason 4. No refund available, and they do not cancel the event if there are not enough participants. If I could, I would say 0 stars. The events are a joke, and this company deserves to be investigated. Following the event, they also send you $5 off coupons saying, "We are short women. Please join us." It's a lie. This is never the case. Trust me.
Oh, Chris C. There are so many nuggets in this review. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, first of all, this is like 0.4 or something. It is so funny to me that Chris C is like, I got some tea on how shady this business is. The shady. The long story short, shady. I'm like, give us nothing. Great, wonderful. Like, you literally said she said the short answer, shady. I'm like, yeah, you told us it was shady. Can you tell us something else?
You told us that in the opening line.
Like, you've already thrown the bartender under the bus. Even though you tried to like make up for it by being like, she's really nice. She didn't mean any harm.
She didn't mean to give us all the secret.
Obviously, this company is going to know who that bartender is.
Exactly. You've already said it. You already put it out there. Just give us the tea.
Oh, I got so excited too. I was ooh, gossip. So this is the perfect example of why I thought this topic would be interesting, because and Chris picks up on it in many different points throughout, but it is sort of like, what does a company do at the end of the day if there are not enough bodies?
Right.
I'm not saying the answer is hire actors or people that work in your office to act, but I'm saying like, she gets an email saying like, here for $5 off, like come back. Like,
I mean, I hear you, but I just think, isn't the whole job of the person running this speed dating event to meet singles however they can, whether that be networking, going to other events or whatever. Like, I don't know. Did you watch Millionaire Matchmaker?
Not really, but enough to know Patty Stanger.
Yeah, like a huge part of that show was they would have like open calls and they would meet with people and they would like grill them about dating and what they wanted, and they were actively meeting people. I feel like that's the whole job of the person running these type of events.
Yeah, but to me, there is a distinction between like a matchmaker and like a speed dating company. But I think that that's the proof in the pudding here that we're finding in this review section, where it's like, there weren't any people there. And like,
because like you're going to a speed dating event to meet people. So why would I waste my time?
Well, I also was thinking, there's 5 women. That's like, the odds are pretty good if I'm a lady.
Right.
But wait, okay, let's go through some of this. Do we think there's any new, unique, valuable information in this review?
I think there's a ton.
I do too. I mean, even if it's truthful or not, I think
it remains to be seen. But now I'm like, I'm on high alert.
Yes.
And I think like the actors thing, the stand-in, the things I wouldn't have necessarily thought of before going in. Like now I'm even honestly going to any speed dating event. Now I'm like, oh, this may be a possibility I need to be aware of.
Yes, I've never thought that the people would be pretending.
Right. That's
never occurred to me.
Never occurred to me either. Maybe
it
that
also
makes me naive.
Well, it would have never occurred to me to like check in with the bartender. Be like, oh, you work these events often? Like, what's the story? Like,
yeah. I mean, do we think that Chrissy and her friends are like really hot pieces? I mean, she seems to present it like, me and all my like 10s came in here and didn't get a single match. All right. So we were talking about the odds and how there's good odds because there are 5 of them, right? So you would think like like out of 5 people, one of them is going to get a match. So I do think that maybe Chrissy is right. And maybe she was walking in with a bunch of 10s and it's suspicious. It's evident.
Sorry, before I can even answer that, I'm taking this accusation that they're stand-in actors, employees as truth. Like, I really am believing that is true, which I don't know if that's fair or not, but like, if you are hired to be there and then you just, like, maybe it's a fake email,
right?
But like, to not even respond when the person emails you is so dark. Oh, it's dark.
Yeah. It's strange. The whole thing seems strange. It also seems like maybe they didn't follow up with them afterwards. Like my shout out to Jenny. I hope I'm not putting you on blast, but she's gone to a few events like this in New York, and I've talked to her about it. And like, even if you pick someone and they don't pick you, like usually there's some sort of interaction, even if it's just like, hey, like this one person picked you and you didn't write them down, or hey, it like wasn't a match this time, but like if you want the emails for the people that you match to try and see if that could turn into something, like we'll give them to you. Like there's usually some sort of communication, even if like it's not congratulations, you have a match. There's usually some sort of communication. And I don't trust, based on this review, that like there's any communication after the event.
Other than here's $5 off.
Other than here's like a generic
Hey, to do another one.
Like automatic email that's just like $5 off if you come again. Like, or you're now on their mailing list, you know?
Are there other spelling grammar issues?
Yeah, there's like little issues throughout, just like little grammatical things throughout. I mean, they definitely tried to be organized in this review, but it wasn't 100% score. I give them like a 90. And then with the reason 3, maybe 85. I mean, the truthful shadiness is interesting because it's definitely shady.
I think so too. But I don't know. I kind of think it might be true too.
I mean, I think there's like, they're presenting a lot of evidence. So like if we're to take them at like any of this evidence, a lot of these points are sort of a deal breaker. So I think there's truth in that. But I also think we're being shady, especially where we started this conversation about the review and that I spoke with a bartender and I heard some salacious things, but let's just boil it all down to scam. You know, like it's a little bit shady boots in that we're like, it was so bad I can't even say it. So I think there's shade. And I do wonder, do you think it's common?
I wonder how common it is to, well, you and I both just said, like, we never would have considered there would be prop people there. I don't know. I don't know if it's common or fluky because, like, dating in itself is, like, such a hit or miss thing. It's like, you could go one time and meet the love of your life, or you could go to 29 million of them and, like, it just doesn't pan out. Like, under that circumstance.
What about the fact that they brought up that multiple reviews
mentioned
talked about
Danny?
This guy, Danny.
Yeah, I don't.
That seems like a common thread. That's a little.
Yeah, that's like, also another thing to research. Like, Chris C is bringing up many things that I need to like do more due diligence on. And
like, I want to see what other people said about Danny.
Yeah.
And I want to know, like, and that's the other thing that's weird about Chrissy is she's giving these grand accusations. Like, they're a scam. They don't have integrity, whatever it is. They're really like presenting a lot of these grand proclamations. Like, oh, their integrity, but they don't give a lot of specifics, which I think it makes it a little bit more difficult to assert, other than the Danny thing, if this is typical or not. Were we humored?
I was thoroughly humored and thoroughly entertained. Just the screaming, this is a scam! And then like
the first sentence with all the exclamation points.
And the dangling of the like, I have tea.
Yeah. I was definitely entertained by this review. And I think it did have an impact. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm going to wait to see what I hear in the 5-star. But I'm feeling in this moment like it's a pass.
Yeah, it is a little, it does seem, and I think it is a little retaliatory, but Chris C is bringing up many things that are concerning to me that I would need to like, compare other things to.
Definitely.
Sure.
All right. I think I can crown Chris C.
I think so too. But before we do, Chelsey, it's game time.
I can't wait.
All right. Chelsey and audience, today I have created a never before existed fresh out of the ethers game based on today's theme. And I've lovingly titled it Crush or Crash.
Ooh, okay.
So it's basically true or false.
Okay.
And in honor of your consequences last week that you made me suffer from,
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I created consequences for you.
Okay.
And everyone should know that back in 2000, when Chelsey and I had our first conversation about this podcast, forcing consequences on each other was something that she has been trying to shoehorn into the show since that original conversation. And it never happened until the first video episode. So, all right.
Oh, okay. Well, you reap what you sow, I guess.
Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. Crush or crash?
Okay.
Question 1. According to recent dating studies, 15% of people admit they have brought their pet on a first date with them without telling the date beforehand.
15%.
That's right. All right.
Ooh, crush? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm right. Whew.
That's correct.
Okay, no consequences.
If you had gotten it wrong, you would have been asked to give a heartfelt speech to your water bottle, confessing why you never leave home without it.
Oh my God.
Extra points if you made it romantic.
That would be not true, but I should do that. I should be more romantic with my water bottle.
Do you have your water bottle with you? It was a triple-headed.
I have this. I would have used this.
All right. Number 2.
Mhm.
Crush or crash? There was a popular speed dating event where people wore paper bags over their heads to avoid judging based on looks. It became known as the blind luck event. Crush or crash?
I'm going to say crush. I sort of hope that this is true. Wow.
So it is correct. If you had guessed wrong, you would have been asked to put an imaginary paper bag over your head and introduce yourself as if you were at a blind luck speed dating event.
Oh, wow.
Describing yourself without using any physical details.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So you've gotten both right.
2 out of 2 so far. Really walking the tightrope, though.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
During a speed dating event in 2019, a woman set a world record for speed dating 200 men in a single day.
I'm going to say crash because those would have to be like really fast date.
Correct.
Wow.
Now, if you had gotten that wrong,
I'm missing out on these acting opportunities, apparently.
You would have been asked to speed date the room.
Oh.
You have a 10-second mini introduction to everyone in the room about your favorite breakfast cereal.
Okay.
All right. This is the last question, and then we have a bonus round. Okay. One speed dating company hosted an event where everyone communicated only using emojis written on small whiteboards. Crush or crash?
That's like so random. I'm going to say crash. I might be wrong on this one, though. That's true? Okay.
Okay. So you got one wrong.
Yeah,
even though I think you might have thrown it.
I might have.
Express how you feel about this question with only emojis, acting it out
As
instead of drawing it on a piece of paper.
Oh, God. Okay. Here we go. Oh, wait. Is there a question?
Not that question.
The question is, how do I feel about speed dating?
To the previous question about only you answering with emoji whiteboards.
How do
you feel about that?
As an idea?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can you do one of those like orange diamonds or like the white square? Yep, pretty white. Miss Story of getting weave sent to her. Okay.
Oh my God.
All right, here's the bonus round, okay?
Yes.
So if you get this right,
You win the game.
You'll win. But if you get it wrong, you're still going to win because you only got one wrong. So,
Okay.
all right. At a 2019 gay speed dating event in Miami,
Okay.
participants were grouped based on their favorite divas. Cher, Britney, Beyonce, or Madonna. To see if fans of the same icon could spark a match. Crush or crash?
I'm crushing on this idea, so I'm going to go crush. That's very good, Trey. You came up with that yourself?
Yeah, but I thought it was too many details you would know it was fake.
I kind of love it, though. I think that we should do this. Let's open
It would
this
be
up.
fun, right?
We could open this up in the keys.
Well, I'm really glad that you got this wrong because your consequence is
Okay.
reveal which diva you would have chosen to be grouped with and why.
Okay.
And then do an impression of the chosen diva.
Oh, no.
So
okay, Cher.
Britney,
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce,
Mm-hmm.
or Madonna.
Ooh. That's so hard. I gotta say it's between Cher and Madonna. Without question.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen both of them in Atlantic City.
I have to give to Cher. I'm sorry. I mean, I love Madonna.
Is it because it's an easier impression? Be honest.
I'll do both because I can't choose. So,
okay.
I'm
Wait,
really.
But why? Why did you? Why is it between
so I chose Cher because I just feel like she's an icon. She's a style icon. Sonny and Cher. I just feel like she reinvented herself. She's a diva. She's a diva who literally has had 30 million farewell tours. She's like, I'm done. I'm never performing again. And then she comes back for more. And I think what's more diva than that? So obviously Cher because of that. And then why Madonna? I mean, Madonna is a cultural phenomenon. She's Lady Gaga, Britney Spears. So many people have pulled from her bravery and her art form and her willingness to be sexy and her willingness to be a cougar, to sort of fall on her face, own her sexuality, have cones on her tits. I mean, so many things, so many iconic moments. She's the queen. She's the diva. She's Madonna, the single name starter. Anyway, need I say more? So, God, I can't do impersonations, you guys. It's horrible. If I could turn back time.
Oh.
And because we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. Now that we are living. Okay, that's it. Did I do it?
Very good.
I love both of you. I'm sorry for the impersonations, but it was meant with all the love in my heart.
Well, I think you did a great job. You
Thank
obviously
you.
are better at trivia than I ever will be. as evidenced by these versus episodes. And I think you did a tremendous job.
Thank
and
you, Trey.
I think that having sat in this, I think I'm able to tabulate. What do you think?
I think I feel ready to tabulate as well.
All right, so let's crown. Chelsey and I each have our own set of 0 to 5 crown cards. In an effort to be fair and not influence one another, we will simultaneously reveal our ratings.
The queens are tabulating. Total score.
Okay, I'm holding up 4 crowns. Trey, you're holding up 4.5 crowns. Trey, you go first. By 4.5 crowns for Chris C.
I forgot about all the spelling and all of that,
That's okay.
Emotional frenzy. But ultimately, I don't know how true this is, but it occurs as truthful. And regardless of if it's truthful or if it's shady or whatever, there are enough points that are expertly communicated that would make me do much deeper digging than this one review section. I'm not sure how much of it is just coming with the territory, but I think Chris C does a really great job of like stopping you on the review page and like drawing your attention. And like, you know, I think that's really skillful. I can't give you more than like, I got to take at least half a crown if you dangle a carrot in front of me. How dare you? Give me that carrot.
Yeah.
So that's why I said 4.5. Why did you say 4?
Okay, I said 4 for the following reasons. Reason 1, they presented a lot of key evidence.
Mhm.
Reason 2, they seem to have had really a big case study with the 5 friends. I like that they brought that up. Like, okay, this is a lot of people experiencing it. Reason 3, Danny. Reason
Yeah.
4, like really just, oh, sorry, I didn't mean that. Reason 3, Danny.
I can't.
Reason 3, they really seem to be emotional about this, which makes me feel like it could be truthful because there's a lot of emotion here. And finally, reason 4, like the drop of the shade was kind of like a nice amuse-bouche. I just wish you would have taken it over the edge and given me the actual tea. So for that reason, 4 crowns, I took off the crown for not giving me tea and also the spelling and grammar errors.
Yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense. I might be more in alignment with the 4 now, but good job. Great find.
Thank you. Well, Trey, we have to wait because
There's a reply.
there is a reply from Jen S., the business owner, okay? Okay, this is from Jen S., the business owner. She says, "Hi, Chris. Thank you for your review. I wish I had read it back in 2014 when you wrote it. I assure you, we do not use stand-ins or actors. I wish I had an explanation as to why you and your friends got matches who didn't follow up with you. If you would have written me back directly back then, I would have followed up with the men for you to find out why they hadn't reached out yet. I love helping people connect and making sure matches follow up with each other. While we can't guarantee that you and your matches will have future encounters, our events work for a lot of people. I personally know of people who have gotten married from meeting at our events. Results vary. Also, I wonder what you saw on Facebook to make you think 2 of the men who attended were married or in relationships. I promise you, if we were made aware that someone is not single, we would ban them from our site immediately. Our events are for singles only, which, depending on the age group of the event, can include people who are divorced and are now single. If you are still single and looking, I invite you to give us a fresh try. On us, of course. I'm certain that you would like many of the changes we have implemented since 2014.
I don't like how they are like passing the blame.
Yeah.
Like, you mean you weren't checking your reviews back in 2014?
Yeah. If I would have read this back then, like maybe they hired a freaking crisis consultant.
Well, it's like I get the point of like write to us directly, but it's like, what? Also, I'm not coming back to you. That's insane. And then also the last little bit about all these changes that we've made. I'm like, what changes have you made? Because you're like speaking as if you're speaking about something, but you're not saying anything.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this reply in general?
So I don't know. I agree. I think that this is not gaining any favors for the company. It seems blamey and weird. The
It's
wedding
also weird.
statistic seems inauthentic.
And like, why would you reply so many years later? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it
Like,
just
would
seems
it look
odd.
worse if they didn't reply? But I don't know. I'm having some red flags. So it only encourages more red flags, unfortunately.
Agree. All right. Well, now after hearing that reply, which I don't even know that we need to necessarily crown it. I think we know it's kind of a one crowner. I'm even more curious to know what this 5-star has to say, Trey. How are you going to explain? Yes. How are you going to defend yourself?
Well, now
or are you just an actor?
I have so much pressure now. I feel the responsibility here. All right. Well, I have a 5-star review from Yelp written by Elizabeth C. And there is a photograph attached that we're going to need to be looking at. So,
well, I can't wait for that. I mean,
but Chelsey.
Yes.
Part 2 of our speed dating coverage, where I cover this flip side review, drops on Friday.
Oh my goodness. Well, I hope I can wait till Friday to hear the flip side. But if I couldn't wait till Friday, if I'm like, no, waiting's not my thing, then what would I do, Trey?
Well, you're in luck because we have a Patreon, and part 2 is live right now on our Patreon. Right now.
Go over to Patreon. You can hear it all now. Don't you want to hear it? I do.
That's right. So go join our Patreon so you can get exclusive bonus content, including early access to part 2 of all of our Versus episodes, including today's, at reviewthatreview.com/Patreon. Well, we did a queen. That's another round on the 𝐟𝐸𝐴𝐴𝐻𝐾 Ferris wheel of The Bartender Knows Everything.
It was
but we don't know it. But we ain't going to know what the bartender knows.
It was the bartender with the wrench.
All along.
All along. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you like what you heard, please tell a friend.
If you did not like what you heard, please tell an enemy. On this week's After Show Pod, we are taking a spin on the merry-go-round, as well as rating and reviewing that opposite end of the spectrum review.
That's right. And I wonder why this was sad. Okay, so by cruise, do we mean the circle line?
Is there you were waiting on that. It's their single. She's tying at herself.
Interesting.
So curious. Well, remember.
Ignore the haters. You're a queen.
Gender non-specific queen.
Of course. Love you. Bye.
Love y'all. Bye.
Sign up directly on Apple Podcasts to hear our weekly members-only after show. Unlock additional benefits when you become a Patreon member at reviewthatreview.com/Patreon. Follow us on all the socials at The Review Queens and join our mailing list at reviewthatreview.com. Our kvetch line is open 24/7 at 1-850-REVIEW-0. Don't be a mashugana. Call the kvetch line today. All right.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, I really wish they would have given us the tea. I hate a dangle.
I mean, that's to assume that the bartender was being honest. But I feel like, what does the bartender have to lose?
What does the bartender have to lose? Their job? Maybe.
They probably don't care. They'll be like, they were drunk. I don't know what they thought I told them.
What? I deny.
All right, guys. See you on Friday or right now. Click on over.
Yeah. Patreon. Go.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, Queens. Click here to subscribe and click here for more videos.